Flair. Give me your thoughts, Ron Jeremy.
I met Ric Flair, and frankly, I did that number on a good day. No wonder I'm so tired. Look at my hands. Oh, now we'll be serious. It's very difficult to get numbers like that. Will Chamberlain and John Holmes, I think both said about 20,000. Will Chamberlain actually regretted saying it. He took it back. John Holmes passed away, so that he was trying to go for that kind of a number. But, I mean, if you do the math, you start having sex when you're 14 up to age 68. You know, I guess maybe you could fit in that many. What was it? 4 girls?
It'd be about a little less than 4 a week.
Then you still have to go to school, eat, sleep. You know, seriously, a guy who's going to have a number like that, here's his morning. Hi, thanks for the cereal. Oh, some coffee, thank you very much. Well, got it in my notes. You know, every second of the day must be going like this. You know, hi, honey. I know she's leaving. Bring in Mary. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, have you met Lisa? I mean, you're 24 hours sex. You know, not that that's a bad thing, but I think it's pretty much impossible. And who's going to verify? Now, my numbers are pretty much verifiable because most of my sex took place on camera. I'd say, I think, to overview, I think he's lying. With all due respect, he's a nice guy. I think he's, you know, what's he going to say? I had 3 girls in my life. You got to say that, you know. I'm sure he's had a large number. All celebrities get a lot of women. A lot of women.
Just not 10,000.
Right.
But to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. Woo! Girls, I'm going to be available anywhere you see my name on the marquee, and you can ride Space Mountain all night long for NO if you're 18 years old or over. Woo!
That's the world champion, the one, the only, Ric Flair. We're coming right back.
Woo! Breaking news by TMC. Ric Flair has banged 10,000 women, give or take.
Yeah, that seems about right. Give or take.
I was just talking to someone today about how I'm surprised Ric Flair's dick hasn't fallen off. And then I found this article just before we came on.
He is spewing powder at this point.
Oh, dude, look at his face.
Not just
That's
because...
after a nut. Oh, man. And
so, on the other line, we have our good friend Mike from California.
I guess to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Or you gotta beat the man off.
Christ.
Oh, man.
The dirtiest player in the game?
Too.
I wonder where we got that from.
All right, what are we feeling?
I think we can do this. I think we can knock it out real fast.
See.
Or not. I don't care.
Let's do it.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
I got a half hour in
So
me.
everybody's
Let's
got
go.
Okay. All right.
I
That's
never
the first time
have.
you've ever said that.
I know. 10 seconds or more. Or less.
We should just start it with that.
I was about to say.
And here we go.
Yeah, no, we are. I'm going to leave that all in there. I don't give a fuck.
I don't either.
So here we are. We're here with Mike from California, the 30-second man himself. We're going to talk about another CBR.com article because the last one was fantastic. We're going to take this one a tad bit more serious.
Yeah, probably.
Because this one actually is intriguing.
Just based on the title.
Because it wasn't written by that one douche nozzle
No.
from before.
Ian Cardona?
Yeah.
1 day ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with that. But the topic was 15 burning DCEU questions we need answered. Sound good, Mike?
Let's answer them.
Wow. I guess that 30 seconds is up, huh?
30 seconds.
enthusiasm.
I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids. That's 10 seconds
And
a
they
kid.
were all made in less than 2 minutes.
10 seconds again. Yeah. Nice.
It was like a Goldberg match. Anyway.
And Shannon analyzed it for 2 hours each one.
Fuck you. All right, let's fucking get into this.
Number 15. It says which Robin died at the hands of the Joker, and it shows the nice little thing we got from Batman versus Superman, where it shows the Robin Memorial. So, which one do we think is dead?
Yeah, it's basically saying which Robin died at the hands of Joker. Was it Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, maybe even Tim Drake? While set photos did seem to show the gravestone of one Dick Grayson, never actually made it into the movie, which therefore can't hold as canon. I never actually heard that part.
You never heard that? I've seen that before.
Oh, really?
They analyzed one of the when he goes to the dream he has of going to see his mom in the little whatever, the cave there, and then Man Bat comes out of the fucking thing. As he's walking over there, you could see the tombstones, and I've seen someone like zoom in on it, analyze it. It says Dick Grayson on it, but remember that's a dream,
right?
So,
yeah. The reason why I feel like it's Dick Grayson, unless they change it up a little bit, is because no one else is around Batman. Like, I don't think there's the Bat family. I think it's just going to be Dick Grayson.
Well, according to Joss Whedon, though, he wants to build that.
The Batman movie was supposed to have a Bat family.
Yeah. They want to build a Bat family. That's why Batgirl and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how the timeline's gonna work
be
as
Jason
far as
Todd. It has to be Jason Todd. They rumored Nightwing for a while. It's got to be Jason. And then the villain for the Batman movie supposedly is supposed to be the Red Hood.
I still like the idea of Jason Todd turning into the Joker. I still like that fan prediction or whatever the hell
fan
it was.
Theory.
Yeah, fan theory. I think that would be really cool.
I think Suicide Squad kind of axed that one because it says Harley Quinn was also responsible for the death of Robin.
Well, yeah, but if they're playing it as Jason Todd like theoretically died,
then it's Tim. And Jason Todd killed his replacement.
And
yeah,
then,
could be.
And I think David Ayers actually said,
what was the most ridiculous rumor that you heard while you were making the movie? That the Joker is Jason Todd. Really? It ain't the case. He's not.
So everybody went to the conclusion that it must be Tim Drake. Like he used specifically Jason Todd instead of saying it's not a Robin. You know, it's the Joker's not a Robin, and about that fan theory. And so he specifically said it's not Jason. So everybody's like, then it's Tim Drake,
right?
And so yeah, they kind of nitpicked it, or they kind of peeled it out. But I thought that is something I want resolved. I hope it's not.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a lingering Easter egg forever.
Yeah,
I hope
agree.
we eventually get it resolved. That would be really fucking annoying if they don't. Number 14. Where are the lanterns? Yeah, that's where I asked, motherfuckers. They're dead in 2009 next to fucking Ryan Reynolds' career. God damn it.
Well, yeah, he pretty much had a resurgence, but the fucking movie didn't.
God damn, that thing was a piece of shit. It kind of surprises me that they're even asking, like, where's the lanterns? What do you think? They fucking bomb like crazy.
Yeah, well, from what it sounds like, is they were finally confirmed in the last Justice League trailer, and their lanterns do exist. You hear it from Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
The lanterns are out there, but where are they? If all this shit is happening, shouldn't there be a Green Lantern? For Earth. And kind of in, what do they have it like in this? How do they break it up into the sector? Quadrant, yeah. So I kind of get that. Hopefully, maybe they kind of figure that out and say, oh, he was gone like Thor and Hulk.
They even bring up a little bit of a decent argument here. With so many devastating attacks happening on Earth, starting with the Kryptonian invasion, the unmistakable rise of Doomsday, Enchantress attempt at the world's extinction, it surely sounds like one of these universal threats would have caught the attention of the universe's foremost police force.
Yeah, I think that's a great question to ask. I think if they rope it in somehow, as to why whoever it is, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, whoever,
Guy Gardner.
Yeah, thank you, Guy Gardner. Whoever is the Green Lantern for this. All right, keep going. As long as they have an explanation for it, then I'm good with it. But it would kind of be weird of like, all right, well, where the hell were you this whole time? Unless Green Lantern hasn't existed yet.
Or
for this
plane is on, that dude's on his way. The plane crash is on his way to fucking help, and that's how they explain it all.
Oh, Abin Sur?
Yeah.
The guy that gives up the ring?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe. He could be another terrestrial thing. Maybe it's an Alex Corp email.
It is. We saw it. You can find it on our social media.
Yeah, check out our social media. We do have that. The question that Shane wants answered so goddamn bad because he's brought it up in every Wonder Woman discussion we have. What drove Wonder Woman away from mankind? Shane, you take it.
Cactus Jack.
This is actually pretty short, so I'm going to read what they have here in the article. It says, in Wonder Woman, we see Diana Prince come to the world of man, taking part in the fight of the Great War to turn its tide, in the process becoming a hero or heroine who believes in love above all else. But when we find her decades later in Batman v Superman, she's a pale reflection of that hopeful and inspiring superhero. Instead, she keeps to herself. She only comes to help in the fight when she realizes that Doomsday is too dangerous, a threat for Superman to handle alone. And it is then that
they don't bring up Batman.
And it is then she decides to...
Fuck this guy. He doesn't know what they're talking about anymore.
To pick up the sword and shield again. So what happened to Diana that drove her away to mankind, something even she said she chose to do? What happened between her first solo movie and her return in Dawn of Justice to shatter what she believed in? And yeah, as Matt said, this is something I've been questioning. Someone actually, I think it was on our YouTube page, had commented and kind of explained it a little bit, that she was not giving up completely, just kind of losing hope or something like that, I think is what he said. It still is kind of weird because the way in Batman v Superman, the way that she makes it seem like is that she walked away from mankind, she wasn't going to fucking help them. And in Wonder Woman, it does a really good job at building that because she's very hopeful, and then she's looking at mankind and going, well, what the fuck? You know, this is really weird, you know, and shitty of how they are. It's different for her, and so I thought they were going to build to, all right, now I'm giving up on mankind, but no, at the very end, she's like, all right, here I am, charge, you know. So it's
Hi Ho Silver.
Right. I have no prediction on that. I'm just as curious though.
The death of her boyfriend finally gets to her, and she fucking becomes a depressed woman and lives
for 50 years.
Everybody. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's World War One. So for 80 years.
For 100 years.
100 years, yeah, some shit like that. Damn, that's some major depression. That's some Xanax shit. Can't fix that. Holy fuck. She needs to smoke some pot or
Who
something.
says this? Batman vs Superman is current day.
Right. Yeah, you were right. 100 years when you said that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, who says Batman vs Superman's current day? Could be like in the 50s. Who knows?
No, it's current day.
How do you know?
Because she said 100 years ago in Batman vs Superman. You were right. She said 100 years ago. You were right, and you just keep fucking going against yourself. For once in your life, you were right.
Damn, that's what my problem is. That I don't know. I can't keep it. Like, no,
he's like, I can't be right. Hold on.
No, this is wrong. This is totally fucked up. There's no way I got it right. All right, number 12. Where is Supergirl? She's on CW. That's where she's fucking at.
She's with the Arrow right now.
In Man of Steel, Clark Kent first discovers the Kryptonian ship that will teach him about his alien heritage. He finds pods, one in which holds inside a rotten corpse of a deceased Kryptonian traveler. But the other pod was open. Dun dun dun.
And empty.
Many took this Easter egg as a hint that the hint that Superman's cousin, Kara Zor-El, was out there somewhere, and they were right. How do they know he was right? In fact, the official Man of Steel... Oh, that's right.
The next paragraph will tell you.
I was about to bring up this prequel comic, but then they do it here. In fact, the official Man of Steel prequel comic, we saw the story of how this particular ship came to crash on planet Earth. We actually learned that Kara was the fact that
the surviving Kryptonian.
Jesus Christ, I just had a fucking stroke there at the end.
That's all right. I'm getting there too. Stumbling over my words. So yeah, basically, just to summarize, there was a prequel comic, and it explains how that ship got there in the first place, and then eventually got buried underneath the ice caps. So yeah, I guess that is a question. They could just kind of say, oh, that's not canon. Supergirl's not out there. Or maybe I know some fan theories have said that her rocket or whatever her ship got, which actually I think this is part of her origin, is that it gets kind of sent off course, and then she eventually loops back around, and that's why she's so much older than Kal-El, and then when she finally arrives, he's older than she is when she finally arrives to Earth. So maybe because eventually in the prequel comic she makes it back to Krypton, and a bunch of shit happens, and then So I think pretty sure she makes it back to Krypton. She gets out of the ship and then gets back to Krypton to, I don't fucking know.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. So I think what happens is because the one guy like threatens to kill, she makes it back to Krypton in order to make sure that he's like, sent to the Phantom Zone. I'm pretty sure is what happens. So yeah, I guess they could question where is she, but it's probably she was fucking on Krypton and then, she's being sent to Earth and her ship is off track. There we go. Woo, figured that out.
Yeah, because she's a teenager when she leaves Krypton. And then when she gets here, she's like, Superman's like, what, 20-something? 30?
Yeah, he's a lot more, he's pretty much established, I think, by the time she gets here. Yeah, so he's probably like 30.
Number 11, and this is where the questions kind of go downhill. Are all Greek gods dead? I don't really care.
They explain that, yes.
I guess, according to Wonder Woman, it seems like, everty much everybody's wiped out, and Ares was one of the last ones standing. Zeus did the last little bit he had, and
created Wonder Woman.
And porked Wonder Woman's mom, and made a Wonder Woman. So I'm pretty sure that's how that went down. So I don't really think there's much to say about that.
Yep.
And the questions go downhill a little bit more. What happened to Wayne Manor? Maybe this is a little bit better.
No, yeah, this is actually a good question.
Yeah, so Wayne Manor was pretty wrecked, or this building that we assume is Wayne Manor, because we're not positive.
Joker blew it up.
Yeah, well, actually, so because this is where they have the grave site, right?
I guess this is Wayne Manor, because that's where he stands there and he has the weeds are like criminals.
Right.
Yeah.
Or criminals are like weeds.
Yeah. Weeds are like criminals. Yeah, that too.
Weeds just steal your shit.
Maybe instead of the Middle East
they
thing,
invade.
that's how Joker kills Robin. You know what I mean? Instead of being
Birds
in the
of
Middle
Wayne
East.
Manor.
You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah. Yeah, maybe. But what's weird is, so they bury everyone at Wayne Manor?
Yeah, so the
Isn't
family.
this where he...
Yeah, the family's just outside.
Yeah.
Just outside the house.
Okay. All right.
How many Batman movies have you watched before? How many comics have you read? They're all outside of the Wayne Manor.
Yeah, remember when Bruce died at the end of Dark Knight Rises? They were like right there in front of the manor. And when Michael Caine's crying really
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I failed you.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I am kind of curious. That's a great. You don't have very good predictions usually, Mike, but that's a good one.
Thank you, asshole.
So number 9, what's the deal with Lex Sr.? As Jerry Seinfeld asked. And this is actually something we asked about in our Ultimate Cut version of Batman v Superman. Was Jesse Eisenberg talks about how he was left there, and
right.
you kind of get this idea that there is a Lex Sr. out there, that he is alive.
Yeah,
poor orphan boy.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Like not that Lex Sr. had died. And what's funny is a lot of people still have not pieced it together that this is not Lex Sr. That Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Jr. And there were a couple references fucking in the movie. I guess they think he's Lionel Luthor from Smallville or some shit. I don't know.
That would have been a lot.
But, yeah, I actually think what would be cool, and this is what Matt and I, this was kind of our prediction or theory or whatever, is that maybe at some point Lex Sr. can come back, and he can be portrayed as most people would recognize him. And
Real estate guy.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
And that he wants to break off California or make a fucking island, and Superman's got to stop him.
An island out of California.
And there's Matt Vaughn's movie.
Dun, 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 dun.
He could be the president.
Oh, you want the Lex Luthor president story?
Yeah, that would actually be really cool.
Lex Senior one?
Yeah.
They have some good comics based on that.
That would be interesting. That would be a good dynamic, I think. Especially with the way the world is now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could make a good little real world story about that shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Give Lex Luthor orange hair.
Well, his Junior already has it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But in the one comics, he has that slick back orange mullet.
Yeah. Oh, boom. There we go.
We just fucking cracked it, bitches.
Zack Snyder, you can reach out to us. comicmoviemarks@gmail.com.
Make sure we get our, our whatever.
Royalties?
Yeah, royalties. Whatever. Kick us 50 cents. Something.
Something, please.
Numero ocho. Will Major Ferris become Star Sapphire? This is so stupid.
Number 7.
No, she won't, because that was just a name they used.
Yeah.
She's not going to be in any future Green
Oh
Lantern
my
shit.
gosh, number 7's worse. Fuck, why? All right, here we go.
Some of these were good, but some of these are still bad.
Did you read all of these, or you just went, okay, this is kind of good?
I think I actually made it to this one and stopped. Because I was like, shit.
I can see why.
Who, number 7, who was that in Bruce Wayne's bed? The new game show brought to you by Blanco. Starring Bob Barker.
Tell us, Brucey.
Oh my gosh.
What's in that bed?
All right, fucking moving right along. I don't even
what's
know.
What's the
So
reason?
they're saying our most likely candidate,
Selena
Kyle, Catwoman. Are you reading this, or is that who you guessed?
No, I think it's what's her name, the reporter chick. What the hell's her name?
That's what I was thinking.
What the hell's her name?
They don't in the uncut version. They have like a little moment, right?
What is her name? Kim Basinger. What the fuck's her name?
Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale. Thank you. Vicky Vale was in the bed.
No, wasn't there in the extended version of Batman v Superman? Didn't he have like a?
It's still Vicky Vale.
What the fuck am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Oh, it might be Vicky Vale.
I don't remember him having any interaction with a reporter.
I don't either.
Other than Clark Kent. And I don't think that was Clark Kent in the bed.
Or was it?
Or was it?
Oh, I'm sure they have those porns.
Oh, Mike, we might have you on. We might review the China porn, the Avengers one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we need a positive spin on it.
That's my girl.
Since you like chicks with dicks. We could do that
Or
one.
big ass clits.
Oh, okay. Number 6.
It's just less work, easier to find.
Wow, he's got a good point there.
Wow, this is where Mike is shining right here, is on this stuff.
No
Not
shit.
the wrestling stuff. He doesn't know shit about wrestling. But when it comes to porn and some comic stuff, he's down like a clown. Charlie Brown on that dick. Number 6. What was the nightmare vision? So the nightmare vision that happened in Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I think that's a flashpoint. I think that's legit what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what some people... This actually, in this article, it says the sequence ended with an appearance of Flash from the future warning Bruce about the sequence of events to come, but was the vision simply a dream or a glimpse at another reality? If the latter is the case, then how was Bruce Wayne able to see a possible future? Did the Flash show him his reality, or were the two moments unrelated? Whatever the case may be, we sure hope answers will come in the Justice League movie. The thing, I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and they don't necessarily have to stick with this same timeline, because fucking timelines will constantly change. A timeline meaning like if he somehow merged a reality and that was the future and that's what he saw, and then all of a sudden, you know, Flash shows up and says, you were right, you know, Lois is the key or whatever, and then he's too soon. Shit can change, you know, with Justice League. So I don't think they're necessarily tied to that. And I don't really think that needs an answer. It'd be kind of cool if somehow that gets brought, like, looped into it. That would be pretty awesome. But I'm more dwelling on the fucking Wonder Woman thing than I am the nightmare scene.
I think the nightmare scene is a flashpoint. Like I said, I think that somehow, some way, when Superman returns, he's not all right. Like, he's fucking angry, and he blames Bruce Wayne for the death of himself. And he's ready out for fucking revenge. And that's what I think is going to happen. And then all of a sudden, at the end, they all come together and like, oh, we love each other.
Come together.
But I think that's what's going to happen, is that he's going to be out fucking to kill someone. He's going to be the first villain, I think, of this movie. And then he's going to flip. And then what Steppenwolf is going to be like the main villain at the end.
Like the Green Power Ranger.
Like the Green Power
Yeah, I agree.
Way to just kill it for me.
I actually think that would be cool, and that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like that's how it would make sense as to how he comes back after getting fucking stabbed in the chest. Is that right? Yeah, is that Steppenwolf brings him back, controls him, and they have to fight him.
And then they get freaking what's her name? The hell is Lois? That's she's the key. She's the one who's gonna turn him back. That's who's going to turn him back to being who he was, is Lois.
Oh, nice. All right.
Little
boom, it all ties together.
Bit of bathtub sex, and let's get it. Bring it right back.
Yeah, no kidding.
Numero 5. We have, will deceased characters be resurrected? No, because this is not the MCU. Number 4, how did the Joker lose his teeth?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Batman beat the shit out of him and they're gone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Boom. All right, moving right along. Number three.
What? Oh, what? Come on. Why? This should have been flipped. Like the 15.
I know.
Should have been.
It's supposed to build to a number one.
And they're
It's
getting
been
worse as we get down. Number 3. What? And then in quotation, things from other worlds did Wonder Woman kill? Probably Ares.
A lot of things.
It's fucking A. God damn it. Number 2. How big is the Bat family?
Is that an innuendo? How big is the Bat family?
I'm gonna go
I want to
with
know.
Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl,
Okay, we don't need an actual list. They're talking
And
about in
Selena.
the movies. Like,
and Selena. That's it. No, I'm saying that's who they're gonna go with.
That's his prediction. Okay.
dude, these got so bad as we went down the list.
That's still gonna be their Bat family.
What was it again? Rattle it off.
There's gonna be Robin, obviously.
Right.
Then there's gonna be Nightwing.
Yeah.
Then there's gonna be Batgirl because they've said it already.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's gonna be Selena Kyle, Catwoman, whatever you want to call her.
So you don't think who was the second Robin?
Jason Todd. He's not a part of the Bat family though. He's gonna be a villain. But I guess he's not. I don't know. I think he's gonna be. I think the Red Hood will be a part of the Batman story, but I don't think he's gonna be like how he is in the comics, where he's like with Batman, but he's again like doesn't stand for everything Batman stands for.
All right, that'd be cool.
And then number 1, how did Batman start his superhero career? His parents got shot.
His parents died.
All right,
I don't know how you guys
listening.
ever read this before, but his
Ooh, holy
parents
shit.
died brutal in the death in
That's
an
just
alley
fucking-
somewhere.
I really feel like these guys have they're given if they do these all the time, which it sounds like they do. They're
Every
given, all right, we need you to come up with 15 things for this, and they're like, fuck, I got 2. And they just start.
Well, this one was a little bit better. They had
It
like
was, yeah.
6 or 7,
Right.
but they should have been reversed.
It wasn't fucking Steve's on or whatever on
Chris
the plane.
on a plane?
Chris on a plane, yeah.
Oh my god.
Snakes
Oh
on a
man.
plane?
Well,
Yeah.
listen to our previous podcast, Mike, if you were actually a good friend, and you would know what we're talking about.
Yes.
I'll listen to the ones that I'm on, because they're the only ones that matter.
Whoa.
Wow, that's not very many.
Actually, a quick plug here. You should check out our last podcast.
Oh yeah.
It was
I
episode
will.
57.
Yes.
And it was fantastic for anyone who hasn't listened to it. And we've actually gotten some good feedback that if you have not seen the Superman Lives,
Very good documentary.
Yeah, it was. We give it high praise. But if you have not seen it, our podcast is still pretty entertaining. Thank you to @BothEyesMissing on Twitter. They were the one who gave us that piece of feedback. So I thought that was pretty cool. That you don't necessarily have to watch the documentary before you listen to us kind of break it down. We give as much info.
You can't say break it down without automatically thinking about DX. Come on.
True.
No, not really. Didn't even come to mind.